Okay. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Now, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Jenna, girl, I was about to crash out, girl. Sister girl. Okay. So sorry about that for all the people on replay. I think I'll just edit the caption. Okay. When I get off of here. So I'm in the book of Esther, right? And I'm doing Bible study. And I'm doing Learn the Bible in 24 Hours with Chuck Missler. Now, mind you, it's not going over the full Bible. It's basically giving you the gist of what the Lord was talking about and how he was speaking. And it goes over like theological standpoint, the history standpoint, the doctrinal standpoint, how to study it in a devotional way if you didn't want to do theology or anyways. So right now, King Xerxes, he went over the name meetings and all that, and half of this stuff I can't say, right? The Greek version of King Xerxes, the Hebrew, and the English version. Now, King Xerxes did this. Someone had built a bridge over Hellas Point, right? And then they took the bridge. No, King Xerxes built the bridge. Someone took down the bridge that he built. So he ordered 300 strokes of scourge at the sea, all right, for the people that were just involved in it, right? And the builders of the bridge were beheaded. Now, in other words, in order for you to take down the bridge, you got to be somebody with some type of status, right? So instead of him taking it out on the person that has status, he took it out on the builders and so on and so forth. So Pythias, who was from Lydian, he tried to give King Xerxes $5.5 million, right? Back then dollars. And he gave the money back because he thought the gesture was so admirable. And then he went and later down the line, he didn't want his son to go to war or something. And he asked King Xerxes for him to be excluded. Now, thank you, honey. Now, after he asked this, King Xerxes was so offended that he beheaded the father of the boy the son, right? Anyways, so sorry, y'all. So King Xerxes essentially he had a temper, he was very passionate, and he was impulsive. All right. So this is the backstory of Queen Esther's husband, right? And with him having blood like that on his hands, it's safe to say he was not a believer, right? You will know them by their fruit. And that fruit was very spontaneous, it lacked self-control and things like that. So um King Xerxes then told his wife, his current wife, Vashti, all right, um, at the royal banquet. So, like, these are kings and queens, princes, and all this going on, all right? He told her to get butt naked. Now, back then, you can't just be out having your privacy out like that, right? So, Vashti essentially said, I'm not going to do that. That's immoral. She stood on integrity and her morals, right? So it sounds like a lot of the men around this time, and you know how the Bible talks about being in a perverse generation and so on and so forth, right? Like the days of Noah. So it sounds like the days of Noah was going on, right? So essentially, Vashti got deposed, and I was looking at Daniel, I think it was Daniel 21 verse 2. She got deposed for not being immoral, right? And all the men were in a panic because they're like, oh, she didn't listen to him, he's king, da 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 da. She decided to stand on morals and integrity. And she knew that with that being done, not following a direct order of the king could get her deposed, right? But she still stood on business. So and I was just looking at Daniel, and Daniel, he talks about like I will depose kings and set other ones to rise, right? So some people, you may not even know nothing about the counterfeit. You may have only seen them on social media one time in person. You get what I'm saying? Like, you really don't know much. And not every counterfeit is dipping and dabbling in witchcraft. Some of these spouses are with counterfeits within the church, okay? It may be a called person, not so much of a chosen person, and God is putting chosen people together in kingdom marriages, right? But I know there's people that harbor a lot of anger, resentment, you get what I'm saying, for these counterfeits, right? But I just wanted to put out a different perspective, right? Don't go off of emotion, all right? More so go off of evidence. What is the evidence that's being presented to you regarding this counterfeit? All right. Some of y'all be mindful that no matter what the case is, you don't know the end result of your story. You don't know if the Lord is going to have them divorce their foreign wives, leave the kids there, go back home. You don't know if it's a situation like Abraham and Sarah where he's literally sent Hagar off. You get what I'm saying? Or if you're going to be, stepmother, or if you get what I'm saying? You just never know if there are kids involved. Now, if there's not kids involved, then don't even worry about that, what I just said. But I just wanted to put that out there that a counterfeit is just simply not the real deal. All right. So don't let that specific counterfeit word in itself get you, I don't know, in a chokehold, your panties or your drawers in a bunch or anything like that. Right. Because this one, this is the only thing we know about her character. But just from this one situation, how she stood on integrity and she decided to put her morals and all that above her relationship with her man at the time, that says a lot. All right. So I'm not over here trying to advocate, but when I read the Bible, when we read the Bible, we should try to see different perspectives and not just the motive that we would like to pursue. Right. So, I mean, would you have got butt naked in front of a whole bunch of kings and queens and politics and, people of the media and things like that? I would not have. So I probably would have been deposed too if I was Vashti, to be honest. And we know that everything, this is what the Lord's telling me, we know everything is for a reason, of course. God just simply took that moment and he used it to raise up the person that he wanted to be in queen, okay, in charge, right? Married to the king, right? One of his children. He wanted that bloodline for whatever reason, right? So, yeah, like not all the time when people are doing stuff like Job, he wasn't in trouble. He was not in trouble. Joseph, he was not in trouble. He was just the baby. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, anyways, just wanted to put that out there. So, yeah, I will end this live. I'll go live again so you guys can hear the rest of it, and we can, I guess, I don't know, listen in together. Okay, like, share, subscribe.